Welcome to the channel, folks. Today we're diving headfirst into the world of UFOs with a look at 10 jaw-dropping sightings caught on camera. We're talking about the kind of footage that makes you question everything you thought you knew about physics, the government, and the very nature of reality itself. We've got it all: military encounters, mysterious lights in the sky, and even a few cases where people claim to have seen these things up close and personal. Buckle up, because we're about to explore some of the most compelling evidence for extraterrestrial life ever recorded. Get ready to have your mind blown wide open, because some of this stuff is just, well, you gotta see it to believe it. First up, we're heading to Roswell, New Mexico, 1947. It's the granddaddy of all UFO sightings, the one that kicked off the whole alien craze. Now, the official story is that it was a weather balloon. A weather balloon? Come on, man, they really expect us to believe that? This thing crashed on a ranch, and witnesses described seeing debris that looked nothing like any weather balloon they'd ever seen before. There were even rumors of strange symbols on the wreckage, and the military swooping in to cover it all up. The Roswell incident is like the holy grail of UFO sightings. It's got everything: mystery, government conspiracies, and the possibility that we're not alone in the universe. It's the kind of story that makes you want to grab a blacklight and start searching for answers in the desert. Next, we're traveling to Phoenix, Arizona in 1997. Picture this: thousands of people, from everyday folks to the governor himself, witnessing a massive V-shaped object silently gliding across the night sky. This wasn't some quick blip on a radar screen. This thing was visible for hours. Witnesses described it as a series of lights forming a perfect V formation, stretching for miles across the sky. Some people said they could even make out the shape of a massive craft behind the lights. The Phoenix Lights case is one of the most well-documented UFO sightings in history, with multiple eyewitness accounts, photos, and even video footage. It's hard to dismiss the sheer number of people who witnessed this event. It's like, what are the odds that thousands of people simultaneously hallucinated the exact same thing? Hold on to your hats, folks, because this next one is a doozy. In 2004, off the coast of California, pilots aboard the USS Nimitz aircraft carrier had a close encounter with a UFO that defied explanation. These weren't your average Joe Schmoes seeing lights in the sky. These were highly trained Navy pilots with years of experience, and they were freaking out. They reported seeing a tic-tac-shaped object about the size of a commercial airliner hovering over the ocean. This thing was moving in ways that seemed impossible, making sudden drops and turns that would have ripped apart any conventional aircraft. And the craziest part? They caught it on radar. The Nimitz encounter is one of the most credible UFO sightings in recent history, with multiple witnesses, radar data, and even video footage from the fighter jets involved. It's like the universe is trying to tell us something, and we're just sitting here, scratching our heads. Chapter 4. Rendlesham Forest. Britain's Roswell is just as weird. Now let's hop across the pond to Rendlesham Forest in Suffolk, England. It's 1980, and we're talking about multiple military personnel witnessing strange lights and a craft in the forest near RAF Woodbridge. This is another one where the military tried to brush it under the rug, claiming it was just a misidentified lighthouse. But the witnesses weren't buying it. They described seeing a triangular craft with bright lights landing in the forest. Some even claimed to have gotten close enough to see strange symbols on its side. The Rendlesham Forest incident is often called Britain's Roswell for a reason. It's got all the same elements: a mysterious craft, confused witnesses, and the government seemingly trying to hide something. It makes you wonder what the hell is going on in these forests. Chapter 5. The Belgium Wave Triangles in the Sky. Hold on tight, because we're heading to Belgium in the 1990s for a series of UFO sightings that had the whole country buzzing. This wasn't just one or two people seeing things. This was a full-blown wave of sightings with thousands of reports pouring in from all over the country. The most famous sighting from the Belgium Wave was captured on video by the Belgian Air Force. They tracked a strange triangular object moving silently across the sky. This thing was huge, and it wasn't moving like anything they'd ever seen before. What's even weirder is that the object seemed to be emitting some kind of beam of light. Some witnesses described it as a searchlight, while others said it looked more like a laser. The Belgium Wave is a fascinating case because of the sheer number of people who were involved. It's hard to dismiss the accounts of so many witnesses. especially when you consider that some of them were police officers, military personnel, and even pilots. Chapter 6. Westall, the Schoolyard Sighting. Get ready for this one because it involves a schoolyard full of terrified kids. In 1966, in Westall, Australia, over 200 students and teachers witnessed something truly bizarre, a UFO landing near their school. Imagine you're just a kid, out playing at recess, and suddenly this massive silver disc descends from the sky and lands in a nearby field. That's exactly what happened at Westall. Witnesses described the object as being about the size of a car, with no visible windows or markings. It hovered over the field for a few minutes before silently shooting up into the sky and disappearing. The Westall UFO incident is one of the most compelling cases of a UFO landing ever reported. The sheer number of witnesses, including children who are less likely to fabricate stories, makes it hard to dismiss. It's like something out of a Spielberg movie, except this time it really happened. Fasten your seatbelts, folks, because we're about to enter the danger zone. In 1976, over Tehran, Iran, fighter jets were scrambled to intercept a UFO that had been detected on radar. This wasn't some random blip on a screen. This thing was big, bright, and moving erratically. The pilots reported that as they approached the object, their instruments went haywire. It's like this thing was emitting some kind of electromagnetic pulse that messed with their electronics. They tried to lock onto the object with their weapon systems, but nothing worked. It was like it was playing cat and mouse with them. The Tehran UFO incident is one of the few cases where we have military pilots engaging with a UFO. The fact that their instruments malfunctioned when they got close is particularly interesting. It suggests that these objects might possess some kind of advanced technology that we're only beginning to understand. Hold on to your butts because this next one involves a potential UFO crash. In 1967, in Shag Harbor, Canada, multiple witnesses reported seeing a UFO crash into the water. This wasn't just a quick flash in the sky. People heard the crash, saw the object go down, and then witnessed a massive search and rescue operation by the Canadian military. Witnesses described the object as being a bright orange cigar-shaped craft. They said it was moving erratically before it plunged into the icy waters of Shag Harbor. The Canadian government initially dismissed the reports as a meteor or a plane crash, but the lack of any debris or wreckage, combined with the strange behavior of the object, has led many to believe that it was something far more extraordinary. The Shag Harbor incident is one of the most intriguing UFO cases in Canadian history. The fact that the military was involved in a search and rescue operation and that no wreckage was ever found only adds to the mystery. We're heading to Chicago's O'Hare International Airport for our next stop. In 2006, multiple airport employees, including pilots and mechanics, witnessed a disc-shaped object hovering over the airport. This wasn't some blurry light in the distance. This thing was right there, above one of the busiest airports in the world. Witnesses described the object as being metallic gray, with no visible wings or tail. It hovered silently over Gate C-17 for several minutes before shooting straight up into the sky at an incredible speed. The FAA initially dismissed the reports as a weather phenomenon, but the sheer number of credible witnesses, including experienced pilots and air traffic controllers, makes it hard to ignore. The O'Hare UFO sighting is a reminder that these objects can appear anywhere at any time, even in the most heavily trafficked airspace in the world. Finally, we're touching down in Stephenville, Texas, where in 2008 dozens of residents, including a pilot, reported seeing a massive, silent craft in the sky. This wasn't just some quick glimpse. This thing was visible for several minutes, and it was huge. Witnesses described it as being a mile long and half a mile wide, with bright lights all along its underside. They said it moved silently across the sky, casting an eerie glow on the ground below. The Stephenville Lights incident is one of the most well-documented UFO sightings in recent years. The fact that a pilot with years of experience came forward to report what he saw adds to the credibility of the case. It's a reminder that the UFO phenomenon is not going away, and that we may be on the verge of finally uncovering the truth about what's really out there. So there you have it, folks. 10 jaw-dropping UFO sightings that will make you question everything you thought you knew about the universe. From Roswell to Stephenville, these cases represent just a fraction of the thousands of UFO sightings that have been reported around the world. Are we alone in the universe? The evidence suggests that we might not be. Keep looking up, keep asking questions, and never stop searching for the truth. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more mind-blowing content. See you next time.